welcome everybody, CalChiro. We're just really excited to present today's Virtual Vendor Friday with the Bax U Chiropractic Posture Brace. The Bax U Chiropractic Posture Brace was designed by Dr. Romina Ghassemi for her working patients to help reduce the daily MSD damages of, poor sitting, standing, driving, and texting habits. All attendees will receive a 10% off orders plus free shipping. And if you have any questions for Dr. Romina, please put them into the Q&A at the bottom of your screen along with your email address, just in case we don't have time to answer them live, and she can contact you. So I'd like to hand it over right now to Dr. Romina.
Hi, hello everyone, and thank you for attending. My name is Dr. Romina, and I'm a chiropractic clinician. I graduated from University of Applied Health and Sciences, also known as LACC, in 1995. So I've been around a decade or two. I'm a researcher, I'm an innovator. I have 2 patents, and third one is pending. I also lecture quite frequently, and my passion is in spinal biomechanics and ergonomics. I believe that ergonomics and chiropractic go hand in hand together. The problem is there is a separation between chiropractors and risk managers and ergonomists that needs to be combined together. So we are looking for a link to connect us back together, because I want you to be the clinician of choice in your area, in your community. So let me give you a little background about my journey. I graduated in 1995. In 2000, I joined the management consulting group. Dr. Prescott, thank you so much for everything. So I also learned CBP technique, chiropractic biophysics. I learned Pedimon technique. I was more interested in Pedimon because the equipment were a lot easier and you got patients interacting a lot more than CBP. So it just resonated with me better. I continued my education with CBP, with Pedimon, neurology, Pedimon, scoliosis, and just love that system. If you ever get a chance, it's a great system to get certified in. I've been doing clinical studies with surface EMG and thoracic range of motion. I was awarded as the innovative product of 2014 by the Home Health Group. My product is Medicare approved, which means that it is reimbursable by FSA and HSA. And we did studies with University of Michigan. I went into ergonomic health and wellness between 2015 and 2020. They wanted me to have a study backing the product that I offer. So in order for them to not have liability of a false claim. So this ended up causing I mean me and my entire team, we connected with University of Michigan School of Industrial Engineering. Why we chose them is because they are the biomechanic and ergonomic engineering safety for Ford motor cars. So we went to the best in order for us to be able to deliver and for me to stand up and say, yes, this is a product that is backed by science. We also had to do a corporate wellness study, which means that taking the product to corporations directly. And that's really what I want you guys to do. Get your foot into corporations to become the expert about posture. Posture is the foundation of chiropractic. A vertebral subluxation, when it happens in multiple areas, and we know, you know, and I know, based on the kinematic chain, when you have a subluxation in one level of spine, it will definitely cause a compensation in the segments above and below. That is our change in our entire posture, and it ricochets all the way to your entire kinematic chain, from your toes all the way to the last movable joint in your spine. So currently, I'm also working on a athletic performance wearables, which I will tell you next time I see you. But let me tell you more, right? So during this engaging presentation, and I call it engaging because I'm very animated, so bear with me. I'm visual, so I like to show and tell because I think that's more fun than a boring presentation. I want you to take away from this presentation to be the local posture source and enter into the corporate wellness and be the clinic of choice. I want you to help increase your patient compliance and reduce their missed visits. I will tell you something. Since this thing was invented, more people go see a dentist. And a dentist charges by far more than a chiropractic care plan, right? So supports are there to complement your work, not to jeopardize it. So I just wanted to tell you where I stand. My whole purpose is take chiropractic to the entire world. And what better way to give them something that they can work with and remember my spine matters, my wellness matters, prevention matters, health matters, right? And this is unfortunately due to COVID, this happens to be the best time for marketing for chiropractors. We have been preaching about immune system, spinal care ever since we graduated, and some of us before that. So let's own this platform, all right? And then by owning it, you'll be able to increase your patient visit average, your referrals, and your family care. Because posture, a poor posture, does not discriminate by your age, your sex, your religion, your political affiliation, doesn't matter. We're all human. We have a spine and we're using it. Working from home is affecting our posture. And who else is a better expert than chiropractors? Now, when I first started, I had a diversified clinic. I didn't have a specific biomechanics spinal correction program. So for those of you who have a diversified clinic, who have Pedibond, Gonstead, NET, upper cervical, SOT, whatever technique you're practicing, even if you just have a PI practice or a massage practice, posture doesn't discriminate. As long as you put your hands on them, you can make a difference. So let me show you how. What are the foundation of the tools that you need to integrate and align your clinic to be a posture clinic? You need three things. You need a traction, so you can provide cervical traction because forward head carriage is one of the fastest growing. If you have a small clinic, you could get Pedibond, hang it on the wall. If you don't have a small clinic, get the head tractions, the ball and chain. You could get that from Myers Distributors. You need to get a wobble chair. Wobble chairs I like because the portable versions can be just put on any of your waiting room chairs. So the patient starts working on their lumbar spine and it creates an imbibition. The act of imbibition is a hydration to the disc, which totally handles prolonged sitting, a major thorn in corporate wellness and health and ergonomics, right? Because we know by motion, you reduce repetitive injury, you reduce wear and tear. So let us create an environment that could talk and create that link between the corporate wellness and chiropractors. Put the two C's together, maybe like that, right? All right. Another thing you need if you don't have a wobble bear and you have a room that is filled with gym balls, amazing, use that instead of the wobble chair. Same exercises, just on a ball. The circumference of the pivotal motion is not going to be zoomed into the focal point of the disc, lumbar spine disc, per Pedibond wobble chair, but a gym ball can give them a bigger circumference of motion. So you're engaging muscles and joints, not necessarily focusing on the disc, but it's a good start. And make sure you get a posture support. Why? Okay, obviously I want you to get the Bax U Posture Support, and it's called Bax U because it simply backs you up, right? But the reason I want you to get Bax Posture Support is when you put a patient on any form of rehab, how many times have you seen them pick up their phone, they're on the treadmill and they're still texting, they're on a wobble chair, they're still slouching, so you got this whole poor posture and you're like, oh my God, just it's all about posture, put that thing down now. But if you get a posture brace, it doesn't allow them to slide. It gives them an awareness of bringing back their posture. Even if they're on their phone, the innate intelligence of the body in a comfortable position with the posture brace brings them back into altering their activities. So we do have a study for that, by the way. So now, I did some clinical studies with Opus Medical Center. It's a physical rehab, it's an MDDC clinic. Use the device called JTech. It's specifically for surface EMG. And we measured the supraspinatus because we thought, okay, the poor posture is really because of rounded shoulder, also known in corporate world, also known as the keyboard shoulders, right? So we had patients do a supraspinatus test, resistance test. We had them do it 3 times. Then put the Bax U posture support on, which I got mine on. We put the Bax U posture support on, put their body into alignment. Now, if I talk this to any chiropractor, you know what I'm talking about. Align the joints. What do the muscles do? They express themselves 100%, right? So this test evidently shows you that the people in the yellow were the ones that we did the testing before. People in red are the ones that we tested after wearing the Bax U posture support. If you still have doubts, or if you want to demonstrate this to your patients, tell them to slouch and make a full circle with their shoulder, with their arm. You could do it right now if you don't believe me. And then sit upright and make a circle with your arm too. You notice that your range of motion improves dramatically, right? It's basic alignment, basic foundation of chiropractic. That's why we need to own this space. This is our space and nobody else's. Then we thought, okay, well, we changed around the shoulder, but we still have people who are hyperkyphotic, right? They're slouchers. Some people are not, their head is forward, their spine is all hunched over, total C, loss of lumbar lordosis, hyperkyphosis, thoracic spine, loss of cervical curve. So what happens to the curve? Using the same device, we did a test. So the yellow group are the group of people that actually had the minimal change. The people in the green are the ones that had the maximum change. And the mean average between these two groups is the pink area. So if you look at here, change in the thoracic spine range of motion was most evident in over 25 and that should be under 25. Under 25 and between 40 to 55-year-olds. Do you know why under 25? The new workforce is already coming in with a background of some form of smart device. And that is the biggest fear in corporate world right now. When I speak at corporate wellness events and collaborate with other companies, software companies and hardware companies, the biggest challenge in corporate wellness between HR, risk manager, ergonomists, and athletic trainers is that they're having these new employees come in with already pre-existing problems. That is the biggest challenge. That's why this is the time for you to get into your corporations in your area. This is your time to shine. Surface up, ride that baby. So you notice that by changing the behavior in the early 20s while at work, we can also make a difference. And for those who do not get changes, we know that wear and tear is going to eventually catch up with them. And guess when it shows up? Between 40 to 55-year-olds. And after 55, most of them has already been fused or the body has adapted or they're in a whole different stage, right? So that's why if you have patient groups that are below 25, which is a great way to market for screening families, and also patients who are between 40 to 55 are going to be your lowest hanging fruit. And then we had to do a lab study with University of Michigan. So I flew to Ann Arbor, spoke to them, and specifically talked about this particular issue. Because corporate wellness said, you know, the clinical study is not sufficient enough. Go do a lab study with the university. Off I went doing that. So the reason I did all this, because I believe every person has to see a chiropractor. If you have a dentist, you need a chiropractor. And during COVID is where we shine the most because we talk about the nervous system, we talk about the spine and everything, but the language that patients understand is not subluxation. The language they understand is posture. The language they understand is how they look. If that is the language, let's just start there. Let's just start there. And where do we have the biggest platform to speak? Corporations. Why? Because they're our best allies in taking your word and your work to the ones that they needed the most. I think corporate wellness for chiropractors is like a hospital to medical doctors. source of patients who need our services. So these studies are available for you if you're ready to start the corporate wellness program, and we offer it to all of our customers, all of our accounts. So don't even worry about anything. We are here to hold your hand. Just spread the word of chiropractic, spread the word of alignment and correction. So we had a group come in. We put them through a vibration platform to check their balance. We put them through a respirometer where they actually inhaled, and we measured the amount of inhalation and exhalation to figure out fatigue. We also, and oxygenation. We had them also take a lateral view x-ray in a normal, comfortable posture for them. And we put the surface EMG wireless set for sensors to see, okay, well, what is the muscle activity here? How much is the muscle being loaded? Took an x-ray, had them do that for 2 hours, took our data, base data, put it on the side, gave them the Bax U Posture support. We're like, okay, go wear this for 3 to 4 hours a day for 6 weeks, and we'll come back, we go through the same ringer. Came back, put them through the whole program, and this is what we found. That after 6 weeks, wearing the Bax U Posture support improved the posture, but most importantly, the key word is improved. The correction comes from chiropractic. The correction doesn't come from Bax U. Bax U is your ally. Bax U is your reminder at home. That's what Bax U does for you. So when they're sitting behind a computer and they feel slouched, they wear this, and then they get a message from the chiropractor. They're like, oh, okay, I gotta go. It's not like, oh, I don't have time. Where do I go? Why am I going there? I can go get a massage for $40 from a Thai place. No, you guys are chiropractors. We're chiropractors. We're doctors of spine and musculoskeletal system. And we prevent people from taking drugs, performing surgeries, and wearing and tearing into degeneration. So let's give them something to remember us by. And that is, give them something that they can remember us and see the changes immediately. So 6 weeks later, we were able to show that there was a reduced loading on the muscles by over 50%. Remember, these are patients, when they go back to their usual habits, these problems come back. So the posture brace is going to support them for a little while, but you are the key. Then we did the study with corporate wellness because corporations are a little bit challenging, and they're like, okay, so where's your corporate studies? This is great for lab, but what about during the setting? So I went to Seattle City Lights pardon the spelling over there, and we run a study for 12 weeks. And most interestingly enough, the question that was asked is, which area were you more affected when you wore this for 4 hours a day for 12 weeks? They said their posture. And they asked, what changes did you make at your work, which goes back to ergonomics? Over 80% readjusted their chair. So an average chair in a corporation costs about $80 to $800. That is by far more than one chiropractic visit. So using this data, it helps you to go in and find out, okay, you guys are wasting money over here because it's not, like we talk to our patients, it's not about the mattress that you wake up with pain. It's about your spine not being properly aligned, right? Because some of us have slept on the floor, on the couch, or wherever and wake up ready to go because we are on regular care. But those people who are not on regular care, they sleep on a best mattress and still wake up with poor pain. People on a bad chair, it's not the chair that corrects them, it's the correction of the spine that corrects them. So using this data will allow you to enter, and we share that again with all our account holders. We share this data to get you in. And 75% improved that their upper back and discomfort was reduced. They say it's reduced and it's less discomfort. The initial data in the highlighted pie charts that I show you, the orange are the low risk people. So they have a system of assessing who's high risk, who's medium, who's low risk. In their assessments, it was shown that, okay, they have about 38% of people low risk. These are people who are complaining, but not necessarily seeing a chiropractor or seeing a doctor or doing much about it. Then there is the medium risk, which some of them get care, some of them get exercises, some of them do massages. And then there is high risk, which is the ones that go to the doctor or are already on a workers' comp plan or on some kind of a treatment. Post wearing and aligning and improving their posture, this was the result. So even if you don't read the numbers, look at the images and you notice there was a significant change. So having a Bax U or a posture support is a low-hanging fruit for you to enter as a chiropractor that offers posture correction. And where do you start? Like, okay, I got it, Dr. Romina. I understand it's important and I do want to increase my practice. I do want to grow my practice and have a more stable source of income, right? Start with your patients. Where are they working? You do know their work history. Where are they located? Which company? How many employees? Do they have an HR manager? Do they have an ergonomist? Do they have a safety program? Get their information and just say, may I contact them and say, you referred me. Go in with the purpose of help, because guess what? The hashtag WFH is working from home. That has become the biggest center point of conversation in large corporations about the fear and the concern of the future wave of musculoskeletal injuries and workers' comp situation. After payroll, health, like, why wouldn't they choose you? Why would they not choose you and go to a personal trainer or go to a athletic trainer? By far, this is our platform. Own it. This is our platform, and if I can do anything to help you, let me do so. All right? So stop by, drop off an email, or drop off a Bax U for them. Just say, this is the result of my work. Try it out. And if you want some studies, our clinic offers that for you. Offer a lecture, offer a talk about posture. But it kind of gives them that hook with results. And it's a full reflection of what chiropractic is all about. So I mentioned that it is approved by insurance companies, flex spending account, health savings account. The pay range is considered a DME, which is durable medical equipment. Medicare pays about $68, too much paperwork, just say it as cash. And it pays up to $250 on PPO insurances, depending on the person. Use it on your floor as a rehabilitation billing for neuromuscular retraining. Why? Put the Bax U on the patient. You immediately change their dynamic. During this dynamic phase, you put them on vibration platform, wobble chair, gym ball, and give them exercises. You are retraining the muscles to be in an optimal position. That allows you to, one, introduce the posture brace to your patients to see if they like it. Two, bill for neuromuscular retraining, and give them one to go and bill for a DME. Or if they're not insurance patient, you have a cash practice or a PI practice, charge them $60. That's it. Now, how do you increase your compliance with your and reduce missed visits? It's really these two. What this is to dentists, this is to chiropractors. This is not what builds my income. It's chiropractic that builds my income. This is a support for people like you and me. And since you know I'm a graduate of 1995, I've been to every health fair, flea market, trade shows, weekends, taking my massage therapist, a massage chair, and a clipboard, and screening, and trying to hustle for patients. That's how I build my practice. But there's an easier way. We're in a different times. Technology is advancing, and it's causing all that you see on the screen. So take that to your advantage. And while you're correcting the posture, we can talk about the systemic approach and systemic damage. Telemedicine, wearing the Bax U and giving them exercises over telemedicine allows you to have a rehabilitation bill because you just did that. Be the winner in your society. Invite families to bring their children for pre-scoliosis screening. Teach them how to do posture checks. and offer an easy entry to change, and demo and discuss and talk about your wins on social media. Because if you don't talk about it, who would know? To you and I, having miracles in our office is a daily thing. It's so often that we don't even think of it much, right? God, doc, I had a bowel movement after 3 years. Doc, my migraines are gone. Doc, nobody could fix me and you did. Share it. Share the message, because that's what we do. No drugs, no surgery, our hands alone and our knowledge. So put it to use, put it on social media. And if we can be of help, please let me know. Again, it's a unisex product. Wear it, use it, offer it. Obviously, there is a tremendous discount for chiropractors. And there's also, how do you obtain your Bax U? You just go to orders.baxu.com. We give you a sheet, an order sheet. You check off the sizes and the size that you, the colors that you want, and we send it to you. We also give you a letter of medical necessity. It's almost a prescription that you check off and you put in. The codes and the diagnoses have already been there. They're ICD-10, and you just put your NPI number, your signature, attach it to your billing, and send it out. That easy. You need that letter of medical necessity for patients. This is my passion. This is my journey. I hope you're in alignment with where I am. Everything that I do, every product that I create is specifically to bring more spinal awareness to people, enhancing their life only because of what I know through chiropractic. Fixing the spine and correcting the spine, and then expanding it out into shoulder alignment, into pelvis position, into hip, knee, ankle, and feet. Talking about the skeletal system with the organs and the systems of the body. Talking about the effect of posture on mental health. That's another area that we present and we work with. For 3 years of my practice, I spoke about neurosensory disorders, which is anything from dyslexia to full autism. And I was treating a lot of children, and I spoke against ADD and ADHD drugs. And I will tell you, forward head carriage is one of the #1 problems in Gen Z. Kids with neurosensory disorders, 90% of them had, 60% of them responded well to chiropractic care, and 90% of them had upper cervical problem issues. So by bringing the head back into alignment and changing their posture, putting them on a care program is what you can make a difference. Chiropractic is amazing. It saves lives. It saves not the life of your patient, but the life of the families related to that. So stop these degenerative damages going on. Stop people not knowing. And let's help our society as chiropractors, as the heroes of health and wellness. So I hope this was helpful and it was effective. If you need any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. And by the end of the year, you'll see the new stuff that we got. I think you will like it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Romina, for having this conversation with us and telling us a little bit more about your product. We really appreciate it. So yeah, if anybody would like to contact Dr. Romina, her contact information is on the screen there. And then I did write everyone's names down. So you'll be, getting an email from me with also her email information, contact information handy so that you can utilize that 10% off and free shipping. So thank you so much again.
I hope I met the timeline.
Yeah, we hope to, talk with you very soon.
I did want to mention something to your members and whoever has been attended. I know that as a chiropractor, you do have some ideas of making people's lives easier or solving problems, right? So if you have an invention or an idea that could be interesting to take to market, let me know. I'll tell you my journey and I'll make sure that you do not fall into the pitfalls I fell in, because they're kind of expensive. Yes.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank
That's
you
very
again.
helpful.
I wish everyone a wonderful year ahead, and stay safe and keep that immune system. Get adjusted. Chiropractors don't get adjusted. Get adjusted.
Sounds great. Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you.